Let us take a comfortable seat. And whether that is cross-legged, Sukhasana, Siddhasana, or Virasana, sitting on the heels, I never really offer up Padmasana, lotus pose, because I find that really nobody's comfortable in that pose unless they started practicing it very early on. But if that's your happy place, by all means. We start pondering the mudras of downwind energy and up. The down is your ring finger, middle finger, and thumbs together with your index finger and pinky finger hanging out like wolf ears, and relaxing your hands onto your thighs. This is a grounding mudra. It is moving the energies down. So if we are feeling especially anxious, unsettled, or unrooted, apply this mudra to your practice. It can help us just draw right into this moment. It's also therapeutically recommended for anything that's not moving down that ought to, whether that's constipation or lack of urine, taking that right out of my book. So with that, you would not share this with anybody that's pregnant until the last week of the pregnancy. So it feels like we're not doing much with the mudras, but we are changing the energies within our body. Good morning, April. Good to see you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me yet. There she is. Good morning, April. And so when we practice with the mudras, it's really neat because you don't really have to do much. So you can do this laying in bed. You can do this watching TV, riding in the car. If you're the passenger, I should add, and settling into the breath. So I invite you to close your eyes. And the diaphragmatic breathing, the belly breath, is another grounding breath. And just notice thumb towards middle and ring finger. Other finger is relaxed. Letting the breath be soft and easy. Does it feel smooth as it flows in and out? And so early in the week, we practiced this with the lion's breath. But today we're going to take the index finger also onto the thumb. Now this changes the mudra to Udana Mudra. This is upward energy. So this is your spring mudra. It is moving up towards the light and moving out as well. So the Simhasana is lion's breath. We will roar 3 times to allow the neck to release, relax, because things get stuck here, both physically and emotionally. And this pose is wonderful to help bring more ease. It is simply taking a deep breath in, and as you exhale, stick the tongue way out and then cross the eyes towards your third eye. We'll take a buffer breath in between, and then we'll see what happens. Please join me. Let's take a deep breath in. And breathing in and out. Another breath in. Another buffer breath. And one more time. And notice as you now breathe in and out. How's your neck feel, your jaw? The throat chakra governs not just the neck, the thyroid gland, the thymus gland, but also the jaw, the ears. And then relaxing the hands. Opening the eyes if they are closed. And let's take the legs out in front. And we'll shake the legs out. And then let's come on to our back. Have a strap nearby. So the practice is one that promotes neck ease and health. So April, I can't see you, and that may be intentional. Then now I can see you better. I've gotten really good at looking at ceiling fans this past year. So we'll come on to our back. And before you do anything, take a moment and feel your body resting on your mat. What is different? What is chatty? And what feels really relaxed? If it feels like the chin is pulling away from the chest, if the shoulders are pulling up, sliding a blanket or pillow under your head, just a small pillow, to help facilitate that the back of the neck stays long, may just be the ticket. We'll bend up the knees. So again, starting a little different. And we'll start just with gentle arch and flat. Inhale, belly expands, and exhale. Draw the belly in and up. So the back body comes to touch-ish the floor. Arching and flattening. Make it easy as you go back and forth. Let your head move along with the pelvis, not because you're moving it consciously, but because it's connected via the spine, the string. So can you sense as you flatten, the tailbone points to the sky, and so does the chin. And then as you arch, tailbone towards the mat, chin towards the chest. So an easy way to get skull and sacrum to communicate. Ideally, those travel on the same plane. Hello, Jill. I think you're there. Good to see you. And I can't hear you, but are you good? Coming onto your back. Now from here, in a relaxed state, just exhale and relax your nose to the left. We're just turning, dropping the head, and then inhale to center. And let's go to the other side. Again, make it easy. We're sort of just checking all the components in the airplane before we take it off a flight, that everything is on and ready. And also notice if there's some body parts that needs a little TLC, practicing ahimsa. And as you come back to center, now on the next in-breath, belly breath, but shrug the shoulders towards the ears. And then exhale, pull the shoulders down, and then just relax. In and out breath. And we repeat, in breath, belly breath, and then shrug the shoulders up. So it feels a little counterintuitive. Pull the shoulders down as you breathe out. So it's a little flattening. And then we just relax to neutral. Take a breath in and out. One more time. Shrug the shoulders up, fill the belly. So we're just stretching the lungs. And then shrug the shoulders down, out breath and relax. Easy peasy. And now let's slide the legs out long. And then we'll take the arms up overhead or out to the side if that's more comfortable. So not hovering arms, but relaxed arms and shoulders. Draw the legs together. So you have a unileg. Take a breath in and let's pump the ankles. And now the whole back seam is rocking back and forth with the ankles. Pause again on the in-breath, and as you breathe out again, pump, 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 pump. So to tend to the top of the tree, we have to make sure the roots are also tended to and doing well. Let's do one more breath. Pump, 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 pump. Let your whole body rock back and forth, including the head. From the ankle pumps, we'll do ankle circles. Again, on the out breath, that's when the movement happens. Your whole body is going to move a little bit along with the circling. Pause on the in-breath, switch directions, circling again. So feet are traveling in the same direction. Again, like you have a unileg, unifoot. We'll do total of 6, 3 in each direction. Make it easy, but not too easy. Make it enjoyable. How are the roots doing? Around and around it goes. What happens in the feet happens in the legs, happens in the hips, happens in the pelvis, happens in the spine, and there you go. Now from here, from the ankle circles, just pause and relax completely when you've done. And we continue with the morning sequence. Single knee to chest, hug the knee in, and inhale, stretch out. Exhale, other side, single knee. 3 on each side. So because we just got a little bit more length on the back seam through the ankle movement, this may feel a little easier than if we skip that. Instead, it's one continuous band of connective tissue. Release, realign, and strengthen. And it's a really good protocol to follow. We continue with double knee lifts. Hugging both knees in and stretching out. And again. moving in a way and that feels agreeable. And then after 3 double knees, take the knees in again, hugging them in. Let's rock from side to side. The morning sequence does flexibility, and flexibility is what opens all the channels in our bodies, so what needs to flow can flow where it needs to flow. Let's release the legs, arms out to the sides, and take the right, I hear your voice, Jill, Achilles tendon between the right big toe and second toe, and wedging it down good. It allows us to apply the pressure point of the neck, which is at the neck of the big toe. Left hand on top of the right shoulder. Take a breath in and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center, switch hand and heel. Take a breath in and exhale. Now twist to the right. And if your neck allows, look to the left. And just move in an easy way from side to side. We're going to do 6 twists so that we can help release the tension around the rib cage. What happens in the rib cage really happens in the neck. And for the scoliosis spine, if there is an element of rotation, you know the rotation, you can do 2 for every 1 to the other side to counter the rotation. There's almost always rotation with scoliosis. I know my ribs are drifting to the right, so help them stay a little bit more to the left. I apply a little bit more conscious movements. So that's how we use the yoga therapy to promote balance to what is imbalanced or cause of suffering. I think that was about 6. We continue with the bent knee. Place your right foot on top of the left thigh. Take the hand to the outer knee, and we twist. Again, nose opposite of knees if it's comfortable. So a little deeper twist, and we also get a little bit of glute stretch on this one here with the bent knee. We all hold tension in different places in our bodies. So this one here is just sort of does it all. I have yet to meet, this is a bold statement, anybody who does not benefit from the morning sequence. Again, 6 on each side so that the rotation has been well established through the release. And when you finish, just pause, back at center. Relaxing the legs. Breathe. You take the arms up overhead for full body stretch. After any one-sided movement, doing something that mirrors left to right, right to left. Just helps reset the body before we continue. Now, bend out your knees, take your strap, and then make a loop. Just a little loop that you can hold while you have your leg up in Supta Padangustasana, the hamstring stretch. So loop the strap over the foot, And then tighten it to the right amount of tension. And that may change as we get going. So leg, no more than 90 degrees. Strap around the heel, the front of the heel, so that we can ground through the talus bone. Now extend the left leg out and then ground the left leg. So this may mean that you're both pulling the right leg down towards the earth a little bit. But now we're going to reset the pelvis without lifting the left leg. So the hip flexors gets a little of it. Look up at your right foot. Are the toes happy and smiling? Right knee is straight. Shoulders relax. As you take a breath in, let there be a sense of ease in the right leg. And as you exhale, draw the right hip towards the floor while reaching up into the right heel. And relax a little bit on the in-breath. And repeat. Exhale. Roll the hip down. Now relax your left side. So that is on vacation, the left hip. But the leg is grounded. The goal is not, I will repeat, not to get the shin to the chin. The goal is to create stability and flexibility. Too much of either is not boding well. So when we do the hip to the floor action, we help create stability and strength around the hip joint. Let's take the left leg up, tuck it under the strap, release the right leg down, and again, ground the back of the right leg. And then tilt the pelvis into neutral without lifting the leg, tilting the pelvis into neutral so that the back of the right thigh is practically on the floor. And what's not there, we keep drawing down to get there. And then the work begins on the left. Inhaling, ease. Exhale, ground the left hip. Reach up through the left heel. Leg is straight. A breath of ease comes in, and we repeat. Draw the hip down. So we are activating the muscles. It's more of an isometric event, strengthening, but also teaching the body what to engage when we do the poses standing, as all the supine poses have a standing or seated relative. This one here is Parsvottanasana, intense side stretch. We did it last week. One more breath. And we take the right leg up again. Releasing the left down. Again, rock the pelvis forward so that you get as much of your left leg flat, grounded on the floor, and then tilt the pelvis back, but leave the left leg where you put it so that your spine is neutral. And then let's take the right hand to the right hip. Draw the leg just across the center line for the outer hip stretch. Maybe pivot your right foot so the pinky toe moves towards the sky. And you might get a little lower calf funk out of that one. So right hand is supporting, the right hip stays down. And let's take that back to center. Neutral foot, switch the hands, right arm left arm out to the left side. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Release the right leg. Get my left and right all mixed up. To the side. Now here, I just put my elbow down. That helps stabilize my arm. And then I bring the awareness back to my spine. Is it still neutral? Is my left leg still well grounded? You are in triangle pose. Perfect alignment. And let's inhale all the way up. Take the left up. Release the right down. Take the left hand to the outer left hip. And that's just a reminder to help it stay down because they like to swoop up so that you're neutral on your pelvis. And you can use your sacrum as a little litmus test. We'll take the left leg across. And again, maybe pivot the foot. Maybe pivot the foot. So it only goes about to the right shoulder, no further. Pelvis does not move, so not a twist. The spine is completely neutral. And we'll take it back. Switch hands. Take a breath in and exhale. Out to the side. Parsva, Supta Padangustasana. Parsva just means to the side. Anything sideways is a Parsva. And Supta, we are on our backs. Pada is foot, so something to the side on our backs with a foot. See how easy Sanskrit is? At least some of it. Lengthening from the inner groins to the big toe mountain, reaching away. But draw the outer foot, ankle into the hip, into the hip. Sort of a loop event going on. We're going to inhale, take the foot all the way up. And then take the right foot up under the strap. Drawing up through the heels. As you pull down through the arms, notice lower abdomen draws in and up, creating stability. So reach up through the heels, but create stability around the spine, engaging the core. We'll take the arms overhead. Reach the arms overhead. Neutral spine. Legs are firm. Abdomen supports it. So right now, you are in upward facing, downward facing dog. Let's hug the knees in. And roll over onto one side and take this dog for a little test run. So starting in all fours, which is going to be too short a stance. We know that. So if you want the hands forward, about one hand length, tuck the toes under, and let's see how this panned out. We can measure by pulling forward to plank pose. Now, different schools have different, I don't like to say rules, but stances. I like the one where plank and downward facing dog is the same. It's just easier. Let's draw back to downward facing dog. And with the wideness across your upper back, so the armpits are swooping towards the mat, head just hangs. And we'll take the dog for a little walk. Can't do yoga without doing a dog. Somebody should make that. What is it? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think a dog a day helps keep the doctor away too. And then let's lift up on the tiptoes. Knees can be bent or straight, does not matter. Just takes deep. hamstrings out, and then draw the heels towards the floor and backwards, keeping the hips high. Keep the hips high. One more breath. Head hangs totally on vacation. And look up on the inhalation. Let's walk us, step the feet to the front of the mat. Hands to the feet, hands to the hips, and press into the heels. Up we come. Boom. We are standing. Now, let's give our pec minors a little training course here. Take your strap again. This time, you're going to make it a loop that's a little bit longer. And a leg length from my outer hip to my ankle. That's about the right length. And then take this loop behind. Oh, I'll say this too before we get all jiggy. Take your blocks to the top of the mat. And then you'll actually stand between the blocks. Take this loop behind your back and then step into it. Feet together. Pose, he said before she tumbled over. So the loop is the right length if you have to crouch down a little bit to catch it. Now what this is going to help us do is to get a little bit more length on the pec minors, or keeps the neck going forward. So as you now straighten the legs, draw the shoulder blades together on the back and let them be pulled down as you lift the heart. Lift the heart. So with the strap, we get a little bit of encouragement. Now ground through the heels, reach up through the crown of the head. Now bend the knees again. And maybe cinch the strap just a smidgen smaller. And again, as I straighten my knees, holding the shoulder blades together and down the back. Reach up, reach up, reach up through the crown of the head. So Tadasana. The front body lifts, draws up. The back body rounds. I just let go of the strap. Hold the pose. Let the palms face towards your hips. And you're in mountain pose. How easy was that? Let's move the strap off the mat. I'll just move it to the front because we may just need it for something else. From mountain pose. On a beautiful spring morning like today. Can't believe we were actually outside last Saturday and today. Woof. Inhale, let's draw the arms out and up, big circle. And exhale, bend the knees, you swan dive down, take the hands to the blocks or chair. Inhale, looking up, flat back. And we'll take the right leg way back. Take the knee down. So now I didn't cue this very well. If you'd like a blanket under your knee here or under the shin, go ahead and take it. So we're in a low lunge. I see no blanket takers. We are good to go. Inhale, lift the heart. Let the knee, left knee draw forward. And exhale, move the blocks to the side as we negotiate, drawing back to downward facing dog again. Inhale, forward to plank pose. Take the knees down, lift the heart in our tall cobra. Take the feet down, tops of the feet are down, and then lift the knees, upward facing dog. Draw back to downward facing dog. Looking up on the in-breath, and as you exhale, take your right foot up. Probably going to need a little help to get to the top of the mat. That's all right. Bring your left knee to the floor. We find the blocks again. Inhale, lift the heart. And the hands can come to the knees here too, so we can get the length on the front body. We'll take the hands back, a little bop on the knee to step up to the front of the mat, forward fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms out and up. Tall mountain, and hands to the heart, gaze follows. Inhale, other side. Take the hands to the sky, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, looking up. And we take the left leg back. Take the knee down again. And then take your left block to the inside of the right foot. Or place the hand on the inside of the right foot. We'll take the right hand to the outer right knee. Right hand to the outer right knee. And so we lunge forward again. Now, if our right knee pushes past our right ankle, creep your foot forward. Creep the foot forward. So we get a long lunge. And draw. Begin to draw into a twist. Twisting to the right. So the hand on the knee helps the alignment that the knee doesn't get to float out to the side. Twisting to the right. Now press back through the left heel. And we are in the high lunge. Take your arm to the sky or keep it on the knee if that feels safer. And then take the arm overhead. Revolved lunge. So make the pose a happy place for you. At each little stop, is this where the scenery is nice? Let's take the arm down. And we'll travel back to downward facing dog. Duk, duk, duk. We inhale forward to plank again. Pausing in plank. And then take the knees down. So there's a quick review from last week. Spread the shoulder blades, so lifting the upper back towards the sky, but not in a cat pose. And then retract, hold the shoulder blades together. Lifting, protraction, lowering, retraction. Getting the shoulder blades moving well on the spine. Retraction, that is our back bends, arms down along. So with that said, let's roly-poly all the way down and take this for a little test drive in Cobra. So taking the hands by the side chest, roll the shoulders up and down the back, and hug the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. Hug the elbows in. Hug the elbows in. Shoulders draws down, 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 and draw back to downward facing dog. Looking up on the inhalation, and as you exhale, left foot steps up. Right knee down. Again, use a block for the right hand next to the left foot or fingertips. Left hand to the outer left knee. Pressing the knee into the hand into the knee, and we begin to twist to the left. Twisting to the left. Maybe tuck the toes under and press the heel back on the right. Creating the high revolved lunge. Maybe take the hand to the sky, keep it on the knee if that's better. So again, you are in the driver's seat. Maybe take the arm overhead. Maybe. Back leg is supercharged, supercharged. Powerful, good. Looking really good, good modifications. We'll unwind, take the hand back down. And eek. Let's step back to downward facing dog. lengthening back. Inhale forward to plank pose. Take the knees down. And again, roly-poly all the way down. Hands by the side chest. And give the shoulders a little jiggy-jiggy. Move your shoulder blades. When they get stuck, things start to happen not in our favor. Rolling the shoulders up and down the back. Squeeze the blades together. Tailbone towards the heels, and we're ready to begin to lift up into Cobra Pose. Elbows are drawing back, shoulders are down the back, away from the ears. Firm legs. And then draw back to Child's Pose, wide knee Child's Pose. Bringing the breath into the back body. And then walk the hands forward again as we're going to begin to journey onto the back. As we come onto the back, now for both bridge pose, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with its relative. But bridge is a good pose. Now, Deanne, do you have any blocks or a stack of books or anything, or bolster or blanket that you might be able to use for our next part? Anything that will create just a firm support. It can be anything. Small dog. So bridge pose, to me, is like downward facing dog. What are the poses? What are the movements that we have to take our spine through every day? Perfect. Back bending, because we spend a lot of time forward bending. So yeah, just put it to the side for now. So we'll play a little bit with bridge pose. Now, as you set the feet up, maybe you can just graze the outer heels with your fingers. So about hip width apart, lift and spread the toes. Bridge pose starts at the feet. Stretch the toes forward. Keep the arches well lifted. And then as you inhale, lift about halfway. We'll roll the shoulders under. Interlace the fingers. Or keep the elbows straight and just press the arms down. There are many ways we can do the upper arms. The key is shoulders are pressing down. And if the fingers are interlaced, the elbows are straight. Now inhale, pressing the hips up from the feet as you draw the elbows and shoulders down into the earth, facilitating lift. Easy. Persistent. And slowly lower down. This pose is really good for kyphosis, where the upper back begins to round tremendously forward. And sometimes you'll see on people, there's even a little fat deposit. That's the body is protecting the vertebrae, literally. It's like a little bunion. So when we begin to align the spine back out again, we get the length back on the spine. This fat deposit disappears. The body is very intelligent that way. It says, well, you obviously don't need it now. So I know we're going to do bridge again. So let's lift up halfway. Roll the shoulders under. Interlace the fingers. So the shoulder blades are together and down the back. And then lift the heart towards the chin without flattening the back of the neck. That's not what we're going for. Lifting, lifting, lifting. And lowering down. Letting go. Let everything relax. And we'll take the legs to the sky, hands to the sky. We're going to shake it all out. Shake, shake. Shake, shake. And we'll take the feet back down again. I'm pondering here, the last one. So let's take our block. So we've done the traps release this week with the block. Let's all sit up. And because without a block, that's really not going to be very, very helpful. So we'll do one with the hands first, and then we'll use our blankets for Shavasana to provide the curve. When the head goes forward, the trouble is we begin to flatten the neck because it gets thrown forward and the back flattens. So we have got to bring more length. We got to get the release into these muscles that are tight. So this is a really easy way. Interlace your fingers. Take the hands right under your skull. Snuggle them up good. And I'm stacking my ring finger. So I have an even border under my skull. Draw the elbows together. Lift the heart, so lifting the heart, and then squeeze your fingers with your head. So if you have rings on, this might be really uncomfortable. Squeeze, 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 squeeze back. So the hands provide stability. We're strengthening these muscles and lengthening that have shortened the forward head, and then relax. And we'll do that one more time. Draw the elbows together, lift the heart, draw the head back, 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 back. Squeeze. Squeeze the fingers. Apparently, it's okay that it hurts a little bit, according to Terry Brown. So if he says it's okay, it must be okay. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Take the hands down. And just notice again, if you got a little bit more length in the back of the neck, you may feel a little bit of heat as the blood circulation increased. We lead forward with the chin, especially if we're working at a desk or sitting and looking at the table, or a TV. It's easy for us to come into this crouch forward position. So now for Shavasana, let's take a blanket. And for this, you can also use an extra rolled up sticky mat. And we're going to create a little roll for the neck so that we're not looking to jam the neck. So I'm just going to get a little bit of an edge. So when I come down, and I can use another blanket under my knees. We're starting our descent here into Shavasana. But as I rest, this roll now supports the neck arch that I just generated. Relaxing the arms to the sides. And allow yourself to sit up. So just check, is it comfortable? Is it really comfortable? Allow you to wiggle and waggle around as a dog would, or my cat. Does the neck feel well supported, not pressed up against? Letting your body relax. So we started with Simhasana, lion's breath, lion's pose. We're going to do a gentle Brahmari breathing in pre-Shavasana. Another pranayama with sound that benefits our neck. So Brahmari, bumblebee breath, is humming. Keep the teeth slight separate so you're not clamping down in the jaw. We'll start with 3. Make it easy. Take a breath in. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing tension around the eyes. The cheeks. Relax the lips, the teeth, the gums, and the tongue. Relax the inner ears. Relax the throat. It's like a hollow bamboo. The air flows through easily. In and out. And as the throat relaxes, the shoulders and arms relax. The hands relax. Breathing in and out. The heart, the lungs, softens. Sense of ease. As you breathe in, the belly fills and softens on the out breath, letting go. No holding on, holding in. The pelvis. Relax. The hips. The legs. Ankles and feet. A container of energy. Energy that moves in, down, up, circulates, and consolidates. Now gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Bend up your knees. Rock the knees from side to side. And roll all the way over onto your right or left side. As you prepare to transition, use your arms and hands to press into the floor. Keep your head, your neck soft, gaze towards the floor as you push up, so that we don't crane it up, leading with the nose. Bring the palms together at heart center. Closing with Om Shanti 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 Om. Peace in our world, in our lives, and within. Please join me. Om Shanti 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 Om. Bow your head towards your heart and know that it is so. We'll draw the gaze up. Namaste. And thank you.